Back working on the 2013 Dodge Dart. One of the things that got damaged in the collision was the passenger side door here. So what we're going to be working on today is removing this door so that I can go down to the junkyard and hopefully find another one. I'm hoping to find one that's also white with a black interior, so all I have to do is bolt it up. But at the very least, we're going to take this door off. We're going to strip all the parts off of it. The shell is going to go to the junkyard, and we're going to get another door here so that we can hang it and get finished up with this part of the repair. So the first step to removing this door, I'm actually going to remove it at the hinges just because I'm pretty much going to get the whole new door assembly. We had to pop this clip out here. You do that, there's 4 little tabs that you have to pop out. This is the harness to disconnect the door from the body of the car. So we've got that. Unfortunately, it doesn't come out. There's not enough real slack. Oh, maybe I can get it. So you got to push this tab in here and pull this lever back, and now they separate. So to disconnect this, you have, and unfortunately I broke a little piece of plastic off of it because I was trying to learn how to take it apart. So this sits in the car like this. You push these 4 tabs and work the whole connector out. Once it's out, you have this little tab here. You push down on that, and then this lever pops up, and you can disconnect the door from the car. Back these bolts out the rest of the way here. Oh, you know what? There is actually one step I forgot, guys. Hold on. Put these guys back in here for a second. All right, in here, there's actually a piece of a plastic piece that keeps the door from springing all the way open, and we have to disconnect that. So this is the piece that I forgot here, guys. This is what keeps the door from springing all the way open when you open it, or from taking off. So we're gonna see if we can use the small Milwaukee impact gun here and undo this. There we go. All right, there we go. Now she's off. So now we can finish taking the door off. Now we're going to undo our bolts again. Now you can tip the door, pull the door off, and rest her down. Now you've taken the door off of your Dart. This is your A-pillar here, so you can inspect for damage. Everything looks pretty good. I can see it's just down here that's bent, so we'll have to have somebody straighten that. Tonight we're working on the 2013 Dodge Dart. I picked this up from Copart. What we're going to work on tonight is getting the closeout cover off, getting the bumper cover off, basically trying to get this stripped down to the core support so that I can have it, I can get closer to getting this off to the body shop to have the frame rail straightened. We got the door off the other night, and I'm going to try and end up taking that fender off. We're basically going to start stripping this car down so that it can go off to the body shop and everything can get straightened and we can start putting it back together. We're going to take our little trim tool here, and we're just going to start popping out all the little tabs here, just like so, just like that. And I have a little baggie that will label for the closeout cover. So just put all the tabs in there. There are a couple of 10mm bolts which we'll have to pull too. Taking this upper bumper cover piece off. I believe this piece is actually okay, other than it's got some scuff marks in it, so we can probably have that cleaned up. But I believe this piece in and of itself is actually okay at the moment. So we're gonna start another bag. So there are a couple of bolts here to hold this upper cover on, so we're gonna take those out first. Those are also 10mm bolts. The next piece that we're working on the Dart is to get the left front headlight assembly off and get these brackets taken off and work on getting the crash bar off of the car. Once we do that, we'll move over to this right front fender and start stripping this side down so that we can get a better picture of what's going on underneath, make sure everything looks okay. Then we'll work on putting the suspension and stuff back together slowly and get it to a point where the car runs and drives, so they can get it on a trailer and get it over to a body shop so they can check out the nose and make sure everything's straight or make any adjustments that might need to be made. This is the bracket that holds the right front headlight assembly in place. You can see that's what's left of the headlight, so we can kind of chuck that for now. We'll store that someplace safe. Again, we'll take our baggie here, kind of mark that. Now that's part of the headlight assembly too, right there. Just take this guy out. I'm taking out the left front headlight here. There's one last 10mm bolt here that holds this headlight in, and then disconnect the wiring harness for the headlight. Now you can see I have the headlight out of the Dart. You can see the tab here is broken. We might be able to fix that with some JB Weld. I gotta look and see what a set of lights cost aftermarket. I think that's the only real damage to this unit. There's a little piece here that I'm not sure if it's broken or if it's just the way it sits, and the bottom mounting bracket, which looks like it unbolts, is missing a chunk out of it. So this headlight is probably savable, so we might be able to reuse this. So the last piece we're going to work on the Dart tonight, probably, guys, is we're going to pull this crash bar off, and then we'll probably strip the rest of this core support down, basically get it so we can expose the frame rails, and then I've got to get the car back together enough so that I could drive it on the trailer and have a body shop look at the frame rails. I think they are a little bit out of whack, but I don't think they're out by too much. So in order for me to do that, I need to chase down a new door and get the door replaced. I need to get all the new front suspension components and brakes installed, verify the back suspension and brakes are good, get the car where I can drive it down the driveway and onto the trailer. These bolts here, and there's 3 bolts on each side, plus these, I assume this is like a little alignment pin bolt here. This is a 10 millimeter. This I've got to look and see what size. So these bolts, guys, are 15 millimeter bolts. I lied, there's actually 4 on each side. Crash bar off, took the hit right here on the side, so we'll have to finish digging into this to see what's bent. So now we're going to work on taking off the horn assemblies and all the brackets and plastics up here. Those lines and pull the rest of the plastic off. I actually think it's the core support that's bent. From what I can see, it's shoved in pretty good over here, so that could be why. Again, I'm not really sure what is bent here. I'm not a body guy. I want somebody to look at the frame rails just to make sure they're straight. I think they are. If they're out of whack, it's not by much. So if you've enjoyed what I've been doing with this Dart, please like and subscribe below. I've got more videos coming. I know this is probably not the most exciting build in the world. It's not a, it's not a Mustang or a Camaro like everybody else is doing, but this is more of probably a realistic budget build for anybody who wants some kind of a budget car to play with. This car hasn't really cost me very much. I won't have very much into it when all is said and done. So it's definitely a budget build, fun little car. So again, nothing crazy, but if you like what I'm doing here on the channel, please like and subscribe below and leave me some comments.